Yeah.
Recording.
Hello, my name's John Wood. I'm from Majestichydrogardening. I wanted to talk a little bit about hydroponics today. This is one system that I have going. It's a hydroponic system, but I have it integrated into aquaponics. But I wanted mainly to talk about the basics of the system as far as the hydroponics is concerned. This is called an aeroponic system. It also could be an NFT system also. It's two different systems combined. The aeroponics part of it is where you have the solution being, or the liquid being sprayed onto the bottom of the baskets and allowed to run off and back to the tank, where an NFT system mainly, which is a nutrient film technique, mainly floods the plants with nutrient and then allows it to run off. It's not a complete flood, it's a flood and drain type of system, which you have because the water does run down, and you do have a little bit of level down in the bottom of this where the water is running back to the tank and saturating the roots. You've got the advantage of this is you've got a lot of aeration going on. You don't have to have an external air pump put in the tank to run it. This was the tank here, the main tank for this system here. I now converted it to aquaponics, so of course I've got my fish. Those are my nutrients right now. These are my fish. But if you were going to use this as a hydroponic system, you would be mixing the nutrients which I have on my shelves, mainly your nitrogen, your potassium, and your phosphorus, and your micros in different proportions. And this would be covered, and every week you would have to flush the system and go back with new nutrients depending on where you were at in the grow. If you were in the grow stage, you would be using a grow which is high in nitrogen, low in phosphorus, and low in potassium. If you were blooming, trying to get fruit set, like I am here, you would be dropping the nitrogen off and using phosphorus and potassium. That being said, now that I integrated it into the aquaponics, it's out of my hands. The fish produce everything. The nitrogen, the phosphorus, the potassium, everything. I don't add anything to this water. In fact, it's pretty pure water after it's run through my systems and back to the tank. Okay. I have no ammonia, no nitrites, and no nitrates because the plants are using all the nitrates up.
Okay, but what are those other two systems that you have over there then? Okay. Because you said the NFT.
Which is this one here.
Right.
And then this one here is called it's called a trickle system actually. It's very similar to this, except you don't have sprayers. You just have these tubes that constantly run the solution over the roots into the basket and back down into the tank.
Okay.
Okay. And then it would be a recirculating system. You would do your mixing inside of here. This tank is very similar to this one. It just has a different top to it.
Okay.
These are all integrated systems made by General Hydroponics. I can get any of these systems.
What's this other one behind you where they're floating?
This is called you could actually call this a deep water culture, okay, in hydroponics. Okay. It's a float bed in aquaponics. Okay, and what it does is I have completely flooded this tank. It's complete water. Okay, and I have an air stone in here because I want to aerate the water as much as possible. Because I'm growing in complete water, you might have the only way you can do that is to aerate the water.
What's an air stone?
An air stone is a stone like this. Okay, that is hooked to an air pump. And it's like a pumice material, and it blows air through it, creating bubbles.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, which is aerating the water. Okay, these are baskets, little baskets. All this, the media in here, talk about media real quick. The media in here is called a grow stone. Okay, all it is slate. It's slate or it's a I don't know what a rock.
Okay.
You know, exactly. But it has a lot of holes in it, which you're looking for in hydroponics and aquaponics, because this retains moisture, and for me, the biology, it attracts biology to it.
Okay. Is it like volcanic rock? Similar?
Yes, similar.
Okay.
Similar.
Excellent. So those just float in there.
And these just float in there.
Nutrition.
Okay, and this is lettuce. This is an excellent way to grow lettuce. Okay, some things don't grow very well in a deep water culture like this, but lettuce is one thing that you can grow very well in it. Lettuce, cabbage, anything that's leafy like that.
Okay.
Okay.
What is the other
Most of the
tank?
big plants, if you grow bigger plants, they'll fall in the water. You'll have a top-heavy type of situation.
Okay.
The great thing about lettuce is it grows small and compact, so it's not tipping over.
Now, what is this plant in this section of it?
This is a bell pepper.
Okay.
I've got bells on it. I got peppers on it. There's one right there.
Oh, nice.
Okay. And this used to be, this one here, these two here used to be part of my, I had this in when I was running it as a hydroponic system. When I switched it over, everything switched over real good. I'm still getting good new growth. Everything's green. I'm really happy and it didn't show stress or anything when I switched. It was on complete nutrients one day, and all of a sudden the next it was on fish water.
Excellent. Now, are these pepper plants?
These are
also
pepper
doing
plants also. I noticed this morning that I'm getting a little bit of yellowing on the new growth, so I might be having still a nutrient deficiency here.
Okay.
I'm keeping track of this. I might have to either add more fish or wait for since I added all this at once, I maybe have to wait for the system to cycle in still.
Are you going to teach people how to do that?
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Uh-huh.
So what is this tank
Okay,
over
this
here?
is my original grow bed for my aquaponic system. I had it back there in my tent.
Okay. What kind of plants are those?
These are basil.
Okay.
Okay, I had those three peppers growing in here, and they were growing so tall that they were crowding everything else.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
they'll grow like that.
Okay. I just see that those roots are exposed, so I was asking about those. So how does this work then? What is this?
Okay, what this works is this is complete gravel, the same type of media. Oh, this is, not to change the subject, but this is another type of media that I'm using in here. This is a fired clay pellet. Okay.
Like a clay pot.
Yeah, hydroton is what it's called.
Okay.
And it retains moisture and just keeps the plant up also.
Okay.
Okay. But back to this one. This is full completely with this media here.
Okay.
Okay, and it's on a flood and drain system.
What does that mean?
Meaning I have a pump running from this tank for my fish up to here. Okay, it's running 24 hours, 7 days a week, and it's running into here and flooding it up to about here.
Okay.
This is called a bell siphon. It's
What does that do?
It allows me to siphon the tank within about a minute and a half.
What do you mean by siphon the tank?
Well, drain it.
Okay, so
Okay.
you fill it and then it drains?
And then it drains. okay.
Automatically.
Automatically. It's a natural principle. You have part of the plumbing. I have part of the plumbing running down here.
Okay.
Okay, this is the standpipe. Okay, it's running back to the tank, and this is very important, this angles right here, to get this to work properly. This is probably the main part of having a bell siphon that works, is your plumbing coming out of here. You can't run it straight down into your tank.
How do you learn how to do that?
Mainly reading. It's there's a lot on it on the internet.
Okay, but
And-
we teach us how to do that?
Yes.
Okay, because we don't want to read.
Okay, okay. That'll work.
Yes.
I can teach you anything you need to know on these systems here.
Excellent.
I've got it pretty much perfected. I've got it running really well. This is mainly the Achilles heel to the system, is getting this to work properly. Okay, because it's a natural principle. There's a lot of things that are involved in it.
So
To go
how does
back
this
to
fill
it,
with
what
water,
happens is,
How does this fill with water if it's
well,
always
you
raining?
can see right now it's about ready to drain. Okay, it's filling, you can see where the water level is here now. You'll start to see it's starting to drain right here through that pipe right there.
Yes.
Okay, and siphon. Okay, when it starts running through down into the fill pipe, the standpipe, it creates a vacuum in here.
Okay.
And when it creates a vacuum, then it creates a siphon, and it siphons the water out quickly.
Okay.
Okay, which brings oxygen all down into the roots. I have also a worm bed in here.
Okay. In the
that,
gravel?
What's that?
In the gravel?
In the gravel.
Worms can
They
survive in
can,
the gravel?
as long as they've got oxygen and something to eat, which when I pull plants out of here, there's a lot of things to eat. There's a lot of roots and things left over for them. And they help the bioculture. They help feed the fish. They help the water. They help the whole biofilter of this.
Okay.
They're helping eat all the refuse and things that are left over.
Okay, so then you'll explain that in the coming courses?
Right.
Of all those fancy words you just
Right.
said? How long have you been doing hydroponics?
I've been doing hydroponics since the 70s, actually. I started with what's called a deep water culture over there.
Okay.
Very similar to it, but just growing in 5-gallon buckets.
Okay.
Okay, full of water.
Okay. And then where can we get a hold of you and get more information?
Well, I'm here. I'm in Palmer Lake, 860 Highway 105, Palmer Lake, Colorado. That's my store. I have a brick and mortar store here.
What's the name of it?
It's called Majestichydrogardening.
Excellent.
And my phone number here is 719-481-0777.
Okay, and then when are these courses going to be available online, now that I know that I can grow my own food in my house or
I can make
on
them
the deck?
available on demand. You know, if there's a demand out there for them, they can be put together rather quickly
Okay,
if
so
I've got the interest.
okay, will you put them up online then so people can go to them and like get a regular course?
Yes.
Excellent. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.